Oftentimes, it's so much easier to point out the flaws and failings in others rather than it is to point out the flaws, the failings, the wrongdoings in our own lives, isn't it? Yeah. If I can't get an amen, I need to at least get an ouch or an oh me. Recently, I created a character named Busybody Betty, where we saw in her interaction with her and Sandra a measure of hypocrisy and contradictions. If we're honest with God, honest with ourselves, and honest with one another, we'd realize that our own lives have a measure of hypocrisy and contradictions. The reality is, there's a measure of Busybody Betty in every single one of us that needs to change. I love what Paul David Tripp said. The problem really isn't outside of us, really the problem is inside of us. Let's watch as Busybody Betty has another conversation with her friend Sandra.
So Sandra, the other day I went over to the preacher and his wife's house, and I tell you what, while I was there and I was talking to the preacher wife, the preacher finally got off his blessed assurance and cut that grass that was so long and the shutters that were needing of painting. I mean, it just made me shudder. I mean, he could have got that done a long time ago. Yeah, sure, I know it rained, and but he preaches for 30 minutes. He just gets to talk. I can talk the wallpaper off a wall. 2 hours, I'm just getting warmed up, honey. I mean, yeah, he's got all these other responsibilities and such, but the reality is he just needs to take a time management course. I mean, I got a full plate. I'm the one that's busy. I got kids, grandkids, and all these appointments and things that I got to do, and all I do is work. That preacher, he just got an easy street. But anyway, so when I was over there, it just went all over me. I mean, just all over me. The preacher's wife, the preacher himself, they wouldn't get on to their kids. I mean, they just let them do whatever they wanted to do. They were so disrespectful and just wild as can be. I would not tolerate that behavior. I would not tolerate my kids or my grandbabies. I wouldn't tolerate that at all. No way, not going to happen. Don't you, your sister with the remote control like that. Don't you do that now. I'm going to do a 3-count rule. You better stop. 1. Now. 2. 2 1/4. 2 1/2. If you don't stop that, I'm not going to give you your container of cotton candy. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay, all right. Go ahead and have your cotton candy. Go ahead. And don't forget, Sandra, this is not gossip. It's sanctified conversation. It's just me venting. It's me mentioning this as a prayer request. It's just sharing with you. So just not gossip. One of the kids of the pastor's in his wife's house, one of the kids lied. I have no place for liars. I have no tolerance for liars. I'm not a liar. I don't lie. And, I just cannot stand it at all. No tolerance whatsoever, Sandra. Hey, Bill! Bill! Tell him I'm not here! Grief. And just like Jill Hill, the preacher's wife does not, she wears the pants in that family too. I just tell you what now, I would never talk to my husband Bill like that. I mean, Sandra, she puts the C in critical, not only to her husband, but she's just critical, period. By the way, between you and me and a fence post, her makeup is not that great. She needs to do something different. And the clothes that she wears, no, I wouldn't wear that if I wouldn't be seen in public with that mess. No, ma'am.